Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh my god, oh my god. So I just made my YouTube channel. I called it Everything Vanessa. So and I just listened to it, so I don't sound weird. It's just weird because I sound weird for myself, but anyway, whatever. Anyway, this video, I don't know what to talk about. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So we can talk about cigarettes. Let's talk about that. Oh my god, while I smoke a cigarette. How I got into smoking cigarettes. So I got started smoking into cigarettes when I was, I want to say 15. Yeah, 15, 16. When I met my ex-boyfriend. His name, I don't give a shit. No one's gonna listen, watch it. I'm just gonna say it, Brian. His name is Brian. And yeah, it was a very toxic relationship, but we'll get into that later. So I started smoking cigarettes because of him. He used to smoke Newports. I used to hang around. We used to, chill out in his car, whatever. He would smoke a cigarette. I had a stressful day one time, and I was telling him, I was like, oh my god, I'm so stressed. He's like, here, why don't you have a cigarette? I'm like, nah, I'm not really into that. And he was like, okay, whatever. And he was smoking. Like, I'm fine him smoking around me or whatever. And then a few weeks passed, and I had another bad day, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm so stressed and annoyed. He's like, you want a cigarette? And I'm like, no, it's fine. He's like, okay. And that happened again, and then he asked me a third time, and I was like, you know what, let me give it a try. And that's pretty much it. That's how I started smoking cigarettes. Yeah, and I was, it's not like hooked or whatever, but I was hooked from there. I quit cigarettes twice in my life, and that was like when I'm 15. Literally, I'm 25, so I've been smoking cigarettes for like 10 years. And I have asthma. I know, horrible, right? Whatever. But I loved it. It was the best. Got my cigarettes from him. Then I was 18, got my cigarettes on my own. Like, it was a wrap. But, yeah. I quit cigarettes twice in my life. The first time was because me and my current husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, were going away to a summer camp. And I was like, oh, summer camps with kids. I don't think they're going to allow cigarette smoking in there. And I'm like, dude, I can't do 2 months without nothing. And my husband is always about hype stuff. So that was when vaping was starting to come up. We'd had a friend who was vaping for a couple of years, and he's like, dude, you got to try it. And ever since then, he was like, I really want to try it. It was so good and blah, blah, blah. And then I was just like, let's actually try it because we're going away to a summer camp. And I don't think they're going to allow smoking. Wish they did, because like all of the like counselors smoked. They had like a whole smoking section. But yeah, all of the counselors smoked. And that was for a little bit. We vaped for a little bit. And I was just like, I never got into vaping as much. Like, it was cool at first, different flavors, things like that. But I wasn't really into vaping. My husband was more into it. But we ended up not having enough e-juice, and then we ended up having to go back to cigarettes anyway, so it was just like whatever. But he vaped for a little bit after that, and then that was my first time quitting. My second time quitting was when I was pregnant with my son. I have a 1.5-year-old, like he's 1 and like 8 months, whatever. But when I was pregnant with him, I quit smoking. And how I quit smoking then was that I quit smoking cigarettes when I first found out. I found out when I was like 3 weeks pregnant. I found out I was pregnant. And for like maybe a month, I was vaping. But I didn't work at the time, so I was home. And what I used to do is binge, like, I chain smoke. Like, dude, I'm chain smoking right now. I've been here since like it's 9 o'clock and it's like 1, and I've been smoking. But I used to chain smoke. Like I used to be in my car the whole time and like binge. I turned on the car because I was hot. I mean cold, but I didn't turn on the heat. I'm so dumb. I'm like, why am I still cold? I was about to turn off the light. I'm like, dude. Anyway, yeah, I started binge smoking. I used to binge smoke a lot, and sorry, you're gonna get a lot of these. Like I have different trains of thoughts, but this is everything Vanessa, so I'm not gonna edit none of this shit out. It's weird. What the fuck is that? Oh, okay, it's a tree. Anyway, sorry. But anyway, what was it saying? Yeah. So I smoked, not smoked, I vaped for the first month of my pregnancy, but my husband used to go to work, so what it was is that I had it when he was home. So he used to go to work around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was, so I'd get it like in the morning, and then he would come home, but he would have to leave the house at like 1. So from when I woke up to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I would get it, and I didn't wake up early. Like, I'm tired. So I probably woke up at 11, maybe 12. So I'd probably get it for like an hour. And then he would come home around 1 o'clock at night. And so I would get another thing there. So that really helped me quit when I was pregnant, because I couldn't do cold turkey. I was stressed. Yeah, I couldn't do cold turkey because I was so stressed. But yeah, that was pretty much it. That was the 2 times that I quit smoking. And every time when I'm pregnant, I'm gonna quit smoking. Like, my kids don't, deserve that. But I have a kid now. And then I just smoke when he's not around, and I change my clothes. That's pretty much it. And now I'm able to smoke more because he's older. And so, like, before, he would wake up every couple hours, and I was breastfeeding, so I couldn't smoke when I was breastfeeding. So when I had my son, I would breastfeed for the breast pump, because he never took the boob. So I would breast pump. The last time I had to breast pump for the night, and after then, that was when I smoked. But before that, I wouldn't, because it goes in your boobs, your boob milk, your breast milk. Why I said boob milk? I said boob milk like I'm not a mom. Breast milk. The nicotine stays in your breast milk, so for like a couple hours. And I researched it. It said like it takes 2 hours to deplete. So like, say you smoked, right? And it gives you like 10 dose of nicotine, right? In 2 hours, it drops to 5. And then 2 hours after that, it drops to 2.5. And then 2 hours after that, it drops to, again, like it keeps dropping halves every 2 hours, I think, or is every 4 hours, something like that. And so if I stop pumping at 11 and I smoked for an hour, I can, and I finished smoking at like 12, I always try to have 8 hours of no smoking time to recover from that before I breast pump again. And I always did that. So my son never had no nicotine in him, or very minimal. But yeah, I don't believe in letting your kids have your vices too, because they didn't deserve that. They didn't pick their vices. My son could grow up and hate cigarettes, so I don't want him to have nicotine because of me. But that's my take on it. But yeah, that's pretty much how I started smoking cigarettes. It's, oh my god, like I feel like I don't talk that long, and then I look at the time and it's like 10 minutes. Like I'm like, dude, like how do I talk for so long? Like, bro. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The next video, I might do again right after this. So see you next time. Bye.